Hey everyone, welcome back. I'm excited that you're here with me today, and I hope today that you find motivation to just get started. And that's my goal, is to not just encourage you and motivate you to do that, but give you practical application on how to do that with your finances. I'm going to tie that into burnt pancakes too, so stay tuned. But what I really want to do is just encourage you to take that first step in taking control of your finances. And if you're like me, you're right now feeling confused and overwhelmed with so many options, so many choices, so much advice on how to do it. But really, it comes down to the basics. When you start a budget, it is money in minus money out equals what's left over. So start with the money in. Start by understanding your paycheck. And that was a catalyst for me. That was like a momentum builder for me. I said, let me just start with looking at my paycheck and understanding it a little more, because it's easy to see that number land in your bank account and you think, well, that's all I have to work with. But if you understand the very beginning of where it comes from, starting with your gross pay, which is the money you make before anything's taken out, and then understand the pieces of your paycheck where the money gets taken out of, sometimes it gives you clarity on where money's going that maybe you don't want it to go. And a practical story that my husband and I went through just recently was that we were talking about redoing our finances because, as you know, we shifted things up when I left my job in corporate America. And we were talking about the different taxes and things like that. And I asked a question. I forgot exactly how I asked it, but it led us to realize that my husband had our paycheck set up, or the tax form set up, so that he would have an additional amount taken out every paycheck, because rather than owing too much for taxes, he wanted to have a little bit extra go towards taxes so that we weren't in a position of having to owe a lot more than we wanted to at the end of the year. So there's like maybe $25 every paycheck going towards that. And right now, the $25 matters to us. So we revisited that and realized if we take that off, we have $100 back in our finances every month to work with. So it's little things like that. You might not even know that it's coming out, but if you take a look and you understand the pieces of your paycheck, it empowers you to make decisions, make informed decisions. And sometimes it's just a matter of understanding it and being in agreement with what it is. But if you don't understand it, it can feel scary, because you look at the paycheck and there's all these boxes and you really don't know how they relate to each other. Which ones matter to me? Which ones don't? What's behind all this? You might not even ask that question because it's too overwhelming to think about. But today what I'm going to do is I'm also going to share a link in this post, and it's a link to a video that I recorded that breaks down your paycheck, and it will help you feel hopefully more confident in understanding your paycheck and taking a look at it. And that's what I want you to do is make that your next first step. Open a paycheck, just one, and take a look at it, see if you can understand it, and start asking those questions. Is this what I'm expecting? Is this what I want it to be? And that's the beginning, because once you understand that number, that's how you start your budget. What do you have left over once your paycheck hits your bank account, and you start planning your finances around that? So again, I want to just encourage you, start small. And how this relates to burnt pancakes is the first pancake. I was just talking to my cousin, and she encouraged me with this story. She said the first pancake's always messy. It's usually burnt, it's usually ugly, but the next one's so much better. And if you don't get that first pancake on the griddle, you're not going to get to the next one that looks better. So when you first start out with your finances, of course it's going to be messy. It's going to be ugly. You might even feel pain at that first attempt. It's also like childbirth in a way. Anything that you're giving birth to that's new comes with pain, comes with tears sometimes, not always, but it's messy. That's my point. So don't be afraid of the mess. Embrace the mess. This is what I like to say is fail quickly. The quicker you can get through the pain, the quicker you can get through the ugly, the faster you'll get to the other side of that, and you'll be thankful that you did. When it feels like it's hardest, just don't quit. So I encourage you with that today. Go ahead, log into your company's payroll site, open that paycheck up if it comes by mail, take a look at it, and start to understand those numbers. And again, use the link in the chat that will take you to a video that will walk you through it so you're not doing it alone. I appreciate you joining me today, and please feel free to put in the comments any questions you have, or reach out to me directly by email, Leah, Leah, @moneywisemom.com. Go out there and get after it. Thanks all.